Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today for another process video. I have another layout that I'm doing with my February hip kit, and that piece of paper I'm putting adhesive on right now is from the Webster's Pages Beautiful Chic line, and the green paper in the background is from the Heidi Swapp September Skies collection. And I like that pop that the green adds, especially with the pictures that I'm using of my daughter playing with her Squigz, because one of them is bright green. So right there, I just took a black piece from the 6x6 paper pad from the We Are Memory Keepers Love Notes collection, and I'm going to use that to ground my title. And my title, I'm using some of the Cal Barteschi font thickers, the hot pink ones. And I'm going to make that say Squig Nation, and then I'm actually going to use some of the gold little small tile stickers that were from the Dear Lizzie collection, and they were in the January kit. I'm going to use some of those to spell the for the Squig Nation. So just then I decided to take more of that green paper and add a pop of that to the center too, so I just cut it down to 6x6. And then I had some other pieces that I just kind of took and cut down to random sizes. And I think some of those are from the My Mind's Eye Jubilee collection. And I really like the bold colors in all of those. And I cut that down a little bit more. I'm keeping everything pretty centered though. I'm just getting placement on everything. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I think I might be looking through more of the 6x6 paper pad. Yep. Looking to see if I want to get another piece of paper from the 6x6 pad to use in my layers there. But I don't think that any of them actually make it on there. I can't remember for sure, but I'm not thinking that they do. Now I decided to start sticking my picture down a little bit. I stick it to the larger picture so I can get it angled and then figure out where I want to put it on that black piece of paper so I can get my title. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking down my title. And I kind of like the way it really fit nestled in together right there in that spot. And I love how the title pops on that black piece of paper. And the colors are really fun in the February hip kit. A lot of bright colors. The March kit is awesome too. The January one was awesome as well. But I really love these bright pink letters. So I'm just getting those stuck down. And most of those stuck pretty good because, as we all know, the foam thickers always stick better than the chipboard ones. There were a couple of them that didn't stick all the way, so I added a little bit of glue to them. But right here I'm just putting down the word "the" in those gold Dear Lizzie stickers. And then I was just checking those. And here I'm going to just take my glue and I'm just going to add a little bit under a couple of those letters. Oh, that's right. I put it under the tile letters because those things do not stick. We all know that. So I got those stuck down, and then I'm going to go next. I'm going to add just a little bit under some of the foam thickers where they weren't totally sticking. They probably would have been fine without it, but I just decided to add it for good measure. So now I'm going to get those pictures onto the black paper. Maybe. There we go. So now I'm going to start getting my layers together. And I don't think I got them exactly where I had them the first time, but that's okay. And then I decided I needed a little bit of something in the upper right-hand corner and the lower left-hand corner. So I took out my one of my Tim Holtz stencils, and I took some modeling paste, and then I started mixing that with some Dilutions mist and that seemed a little too bubblegum colored, so I added some Lindy Stamp Gang pink in there, and it was still too bubblegum. So in the end, you'll see me, I'll take some acrylic paint, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that into the modeling paste at the end of the day and mix that up, and then I get the pink that I was going for. There we go, I just did it, and now I get the nice dark pink. So I get that mixed up and then start putting that in my stencil, and you can just see how bright that is, and it stayed that bright when it dried too. So I'll just spread it up there a little bit, really no rhyme or reason, just moving it around and not going for perfection or anything, just like the messy look. And now I'm going to do the same thing in the bottom left hand corner and just get some more of that mix and put it down there, spread it around, and get that pattern down there. And that is becoming one of my favorite stencils. I used it on another one of my layouts recently. It's just a fun one. So I let that dry, and luckily the modeling paste dries pretty quickly, so I think I used my heat gun just a tad just to dry it off a little bit. I don't remember if that's in the video or not. Oh, it looks like I got a little bit in there. So you'll see me take my heat gun, and I just did a little bit on there. I didn't have to do much at all, but I just wanted to make sure it was totally dry. And now I'm going to get my placement on my whole stack of papers and get those all stuck down. Just strategically putting some of the adhesive and then bending up some of the pieces there. In the end, I always go back my layouts a lot of times and put some dimensional adhesive. I'll just take some pop dots and pop them under some of those corners just to give it a little bit of a dimension, because I like the way it looks. And then you'll notice here on this main section I did take some dimensional adhesive and put it on the back of that just to raise it up above the rest of the layers. So I got that stuck down, and now I'm going to take a chipboard camera, and I think that's from the Crepe Paper Notes and Things collection. So I'm looking at putting that on there. So I'm going to get that stuck down now that I know it'll all work. And now I'm going to get that chipboard camera stuck down there too. And once again, I just put some dimensional adhesive on that as well so that I could overlap it over my photo and then have it hang off, and then so I just have the dimensional adhesive on the bottom part of it. And I think I was going to try and move it at one point, but I realized that that was not going to happen. It was definitely stuck. So now I am looking at the rub-ons that we have, and I think those were from the Jubilee collection, my Mind's Eye Jubilee collection, and those arrows are fun. I like the pop of gold, so I'm just looking for placement. And so I decided to put one up there in the upper left-hand corner. And I get that one rubbed down. And then I'm going to cut another one off. And I'm going to put that one in the lower right-hand corner. Once I figure out exactly where I want it. And there we go. Now I'm going to get that rubbed on there. And I gotta say, I'm very glad I got the extra paper pack with the kit this time, because I don't have to worry about it now. If I look at one side of the paper and go, oh, I really love that side, but I really love the other side too, now I don't have to worry, because I get the extra paper pack. That way I can use them both. I don't have to worry about it. So now I'm looking at some of the puffy stickers. I don't remember. Oh, I ended up using one on the large photo. And I had a one of the pieces of cork from the January kit that I hadn't used yet. So I just took a little bit of that green paper and backed it behind it. And then I'm going to end up sticking it right there on my small photo. And I know I was looking through a lot of the embellishments that were in my mind's eye mixed bag. And so I was going through those and trying to find different things that I liked. And I know I found that little one there that kind of looks like a speech bubble, an oblong speech bubble. I'm going to end up putting that on there. And I'm just trying to find a place to put all these. Just tucking stuff into different places. I think that one's a date. Yeah, that one's a date. It's a date on it, and I'm going to end up putting it on right by my small photo on the right side. So I just stamped the date on there, and I'm going to tuck it over there on the right side. Get some adhesive, put a little bit of glue on there, and get it stuck under there. And I did my journaling on some of that bright green paper too, and I typed it and then just printed it on my printer. So I'm gluing those long strips down. I was going to try to write it, but I was thinking it just was not going to work with the way the black and white paper was, and so I didn't like that. So, and then I was adding some of the enamel dots that were from my mind's eye, and of course I had to put a little bit of color shine, and I think that's about it. And then you see some close-ups, and then I'll have some still pictures at the end. So I appreciate you watching my video, and I will be back soon with another one for you.